Guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Betty with the Good here from the blog. As you can tell from the title of this video, I'm gonna be plugging you guys, okay? I'm gonna be giving you the best of the best. I'm gonna be telling you what you need to be watching if you haven't already. So if you want to know what I'm gonna be mentioning, please do stay tuned. Before we continue with this video, I just want to remind you guys to please watch my previous video. I plugged you guys on the best movies to watch, okay? Top rated must-watch movies. So if you haven't already watched that video, please do so. I will put the link in the description below. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get straight into the video. Obviously, I'm gonna plug you guys with really good series. So these are obviously series that I've already watched, and some of them I've watched more than once, so you know it's good when you've watched it more than once. So I'm definitely gonna be telling you what you should be watching, and of course why you should be watching it. So let's dive into the video. The first series I'm gonna mention is Breaking Bad. I actually heard about this series when I was in high school. I think I was in like 8th grade, but I wasn't interested in it until recently. So believe it or not, I watched the series for the first time 2 years ago, and I must say it was really good. Basically, the story behind it is about a basic chemist teacher who ended up becoming a drug dealer. So imagine that, from a chemistry teacher to being a drug dealer. I think that is super wild, but yeah, you should definitely watch it. It's top 2 and not 2. Okay guys, I wasn't serious about the top 2 and not 2, but it is super good, so you should definitely give it a try. Vikings. So this is basically about a normal man who was a farmer, and then he ends up becoming a legendary warrior. That is basically the gist of it, but of course it is about Neanderthals and how they take over land, and they are savages, and of course after they've taken the treasures and everything that they find on the land, then they look for another place, you know, to be savages on. But in a nutshell, this is based on a true story, so I would definitely recommend that you do give it a try. Even if you don't complete all the seasons, at least try to give the first season a try. It's not really my type of genre, but as soon as I started watching it and understanding the story, I actually completed it. So that was the same with Game of Thrones, although I'm not gonna mention Game of Thrones, although it is a really good mention. It does give me that Game of Thrones feel. So if you are a fan of Game of Thrones, you should definitely watch Vikings if you haven't already. So in my previous video, I mentioned Naked and Afraid. This one I'm about to mention is Naked and Afraid of Love. So it's kind of like a reality love show. Basically, individuals that don't know each other go on an island completely naked, and they try to forge relationships basically. So yeah, I mean, I think they discontinued the series, but just go watch season 1. I think you will really find it interesting. I don't really like to watch love reality TV shows, but that one piqued my interest and I genuinely enjoyed it, so I would definitely recommend that show. Fourth series I'm about to mention is Wayward Pines. Alright, so I actually heard about this series about a couple of years ago, but I only recently started watching it. So it's basically about people who enter a town and they're not able to leave it, right? So the town is surrounded by a fence, and people have no idea what's outside of the fence. They just know that they're in this town, and what keeps them there is fear, only to find out that everything they've known to be true was a lie. So yeah, I would definitely recommend you watch that series. And that's top 5. Black Mirror. Okay, this is such an intriguing series. Each episode is different based on different stories. So imagine a world where you find out that you're a robot, but this entire time you thought you're a human being. Right? I know, that's crazy. So those are kind of episodes that Black Mirror would basically release. But like I did say, each episode is different with a different story. It's basically about things that you wouldn't think are possible. Like it makes the impossible possible, period. South Park. So I'm pretty sure you've heard about this series if you haven't already. This is actually an animation, but it's definitely not for kids. I would not recommend this for kids, okay? It's kind of derogatory. But if you haven't already watched it, it's basically about 4 kids in a neighborhood who have the wildest adventures, okay? They're kids, but the things they do and go through, crazy. The next series I'm about to mention is kind of gangster. It's gangster, but it is so interesting, and this is Power. I'm talking about all the Power Book 1, Power Book 2, Power Book 3, the original Power. They are all really good. Yeah, I'm currently on Power Book 2 with Tyreek, so if you haven't already watched that, you should definitely start. Basically, it's about a drug lord's son who is thrown into the drug world and he becomes his own boss. Yeah, in a nutshell. So definitely watch that if you want to know how to be a drug dealer. The Shy. This is a drama. I normally go for action, thriller, or suspense, but this drama is very intriguing because it involves the lives of different people who live in a dangerous neighborhood, and they try to navigate through the troubles of life, and their lives end up intertwining. So the last series I'm about to mention is fairly new, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was released last year, if not beginning of this year, but this is The Silo. So this is about people who live underground in a tunnel and they have no idea what's outside. Well, actually they've been told that if they do go outside, they will die. So if they do anything that is prohibited, because they do live under a law, so if they do anything that's prohibited, they are then sent outside, which is kind of like a prison. So being sent outside, they call it cleaning. You be a baddie, you're sent outside to clean. And basically people believe that as soon as you go outside you die, because they believe that outside is the worst place to be. But a matter of fact, they've been lied to their entire lives. They actually will not be able to comprehend the amount of lies that they've been told. So yeah, I would definitely recommend that series. There's currently season 1, season 2 isn't out yet. So if they're the kind of person that enjoys watching series in bulk, then I would probably suggest that you wait for the next season to come out. But yeah, that is definitely a series worth your time. So we have come to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching it till the end. If you've heard or watched any of the series that I mentioned below, that I mentioned above, please do let me know below in the comment section. I would be really interested in finding out. So I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.